Welcome back to Driveway Junkie. It's been a while. Been working on this 98 Dodge Neon. Picked this one up as a shell. Had interior, but it was all disassembled. Came without an engine and transmission. Did not have a rear bumper, front bumper, fenders, hood, lights. It was missing all of that. My 17-year-old wanted this car, so we're piecing it together for him. So we already have assembled the interior. Most of that's done. We still have yet to put a shifter in there. And I should have been updating along the way, but I just got motivated to just go and not record. I put an engine and trans in here. Engine and trans. So with pretty much just my weekends available to work, I'm hoping to have this running in the next 2 weekends. So I'll give you a little update as we go. And yeah, garage is a mess. White car's gonna have to wait. We've got a couple more projects ahead of the white car yet. Got some big plans for that one. We got to get this single cam neon build finished up and running. I've got a little tweaking. This car's been hit in the corner here. So this radiator support's got to get straightened out. She's crooked across. It's tough to see, but she doesn't line up to the bottom. I can pull this corner out. That shouldn't be too hard to do. Get it lined up so headlights at least fit in it. The bumper sits on there okay. Should say the bumper cover over the support here. And then I should be able to straighten that out. I've got downpipe on here already. Header's on. Needs a gas tank yet, which I have here. The fuel tank. The rest of the exhaust pipe. I did the tie rod ends. Put new tie rod ends on it. The axles are in. Most of this is done. I've got radiator, battery tray. The valve cover is just loose on here. We have a stripped valve cover that the boy is going to be painting up for this car. Right here. So he'll paint that red. Kind of go along with the theme of this car being red. And hopefully within 2 weeks here we should be able to fire that one up. Kind of give you a rundown of what I did to this engine and transmission. All right, hopefully you can all hear me. Jumped in the car. Got to run into town. It's tough because it gets dark earlier now. We get dark about 5 o'clock here in Minnesota. It'll be nice when we can switch back to the regular time. Anyways, see me now? Oh, that's probably better. So I'm driving. You see me shifting? I'm in the vibe. So the breakdown. I got an engine for that car from a buddy of mine from a 2002 Neon. So the generation from 95 to 2002 works in the early generation. They've got 2 different computer programs for these Neons. They've got a new generation computer from 2003 to 2005, and they have what's called SBEC, the older style, SBEC. And they work all the way up to 02 to use in the older computer system. So I've got an 01, I think it might be an 01 or an 02 block. And I used a little bit larger camshaft from the 2nd gen RT Neon. The RT Neon had what was called a Magnum engine. It had a slightly bigger camshaft, nicer cylinder head, a few other small things, but those were the major ones. It had an intake manifold with split runners. At higher RPM, it would open up the shorter runners. Adds a little bit more to the top end. Anyways, I used the camshaft and the header from that 2nd generation on this car. I used aluminum underdrive pulley for the crank pulley. the transmissions on these Neons are known for an issue where the differential pin can come out under high stress situations like overloading the diff, maybe a burnout or slipping on the ice. It boils the fluid out of the diff, and it can actually bind up the spider gear on the differential pin. Anyways, there's a repair that you can do to prevent that from happening, so I did the repair to that transmission. I've got a lower mile clutch in it. Not a new clutch, but a lower mile one. It's in very good shape yet. The fingers were barely worn on it. So that all got put into that car. The plan is to make this more of his daily driver car, so it's not going to have a lot of hopped up items on it. The twin cam Neon computer will work on a single cam and allow you to rev a little bit more. The fuel map is slightly different, but it isn't enough to affect the car in any negative way. So we'll be putting a twin cam computer in that car as well. It's got lowering springs on it. Stock headlights are going in it. Just a few small things, nothing major. But in the next 2 weeks here, I'm going to have a little more time off, and I'll be able to post up more on the progress of that 98 Neon coupe. So I thank you all for watching, and tune in for future updates here in the next couple of weeks. And thank you for joining me on Driveway Junkie.